3 that way. 4 that way. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Unfortunately, when I have to do things like that, it's not too good. All right. We're back to the sheriff again. The first thing on the handout sheet you're getting is what Hernando County did not too long ago. Look at the ordinance. A very basic ordinance. Not like one that was sent to you that was long. But it was an emergency. Look what Hernando did. If you're familiar, Hernando in September took over from a private entity. Corrections of America was a private entity. They had contracting. In September, they took over. I said, let me see if they got their ordinance though. Well, they do. It's just the beginning because they didn't cover everything. And on 5/25, you'll see when they did it. They did it right around the time for the budget, right in time to take over. They obeyed the law like a county ought to. Now, where's your ordinance like Hernando County? Slam dunk. I'm glad I'm not a state prosecutor. Number 2, every county person, inmate, is supposed to get 30 cents per diem. When they walk out the jail, off their fees, fines, and costs, it's supposed to be there. Well, you can go online and see several inmates where that's not occurred. Because, judge, fees, fines, and costs, wherever it's, when you're in jail. You always get that. Well, apparently the jail don't understand how to calculate that 30 cents. Some ain't even getting it. Well, here's the thing. Since you haven't designated anybody, you're responsible. Because sheriff is unauthorized right now. All I have to do now is point to Hernando and make that very clear to you. I don't care if you don't agree. I don't care if your staff or your attorney don't agree. I got the law on it, and if this county knew it in their staff, then obviously you're supposed to as well. So that means you're responsible. Why aren't the inmates getting their 30 cents when they walk out of that jail? Oh, no, they don't go back to the judge for that. That's supposed to be calculated when they come out. When they finally get released, they're supposed to have a tally what that is. Well, you have language for that. It's in one of the excerpts somewhere where somebody had sent you something on that. Pinellas by design. That ain't going to cut it. Economic development. You need to be more aggressive. You want to get jobs. Pinellas right now need about, just in Pinellas County, we need about 14 to 50,000 jobs. Right now. Right now. Not years down the line as one of your staff was speaking of. It's very easy to get it's Fed money. If I remember the Job Training Partnership Act, remember that act? Where you shared some of the expenses for federal dollars? Remember in-house training? There's funding for that. If you search, if you're aggressive, you get the right people and get people working here. Of course, I'm running out of time, but I think you know where I'm going with that. And I'll be back for a revisit on economic development because I'm running out of time. But thank you very much. Good day.
Greg Pound, and then Robert Longedecker.
Greg Pound, Largo, Florida. RescueMyKids.com is the website the Pinellas County people need to look at and see what's going on with the corruption going on. I'd like to read a statement here. It says on our government, it says, for any government that does not deal strictly and consistently with crimes within will crumble. And when we have a county we have a major problem with organized crime. People are using people for money, like what's happening in the juvenile court system in DCF here in Pinellas County. And to say that after 5 years of never being charged, that I can't even see my kids when I'm not home at a accidental dog bite. But the case manager, 2 case managers, Erica Parker, who still works for the Sheriff's Department, and Megan Gallagher, both of them lied to Judge Morris to get probable cause. They had no probable cause to get a warrant, a pickup warrant to take our kids from us. But you have at that very same time, if you go to St. Pete Times and you look at Erica Parker having sex with her supervisor, John Picamanis, down here at Sam's Club, the video camera catches these two in the county's police car down here at Sam's Club, and both of them are supposed to be protecting families and children. Megan Gallagher, her team worker, was arrested for falsifying 96 false reports on families, and these are the 2 that stole our kids, and we haven't been able to get nothing done in 5, 6 years now of coming to the county commissioners, and you guys are allocating all this money for these people that are running a scam on destroying our families. You're protecting them, and they protect you. We know you guys are back-to-back protecting one another, and that's why we're at a crucial time of election time, and we got to get these people out of office. We got to get them out of office because they're destroying us. They're not representing the families. They're not protecting our interests. They're not protecting anything about us. All they're doing is getting richer and richer, and we're getting poor and poor. We now have, as it said, we have taxation with no representation. We're being taxed to death, but we have no representation by those we elect into office. I mean, if I can't even after 5-6 years, can't even see my kids. My children crying because they can't see their parents. You can read this last report. And all this stuff that's going on in this county is just out of control. And so what happens, but these guys allocate the money to allow it to happen. They're the ones that's panning out all the money going to all these agencies and everything that's going on in this county, and it needs to stop because they're just stripping us. They're stripping our families. They're using us for money. They have to have customers in the court system. They all need customers to keep their business going. And one of the things that I wanted to read real quick, it says, this comes out of Isaiah. It says, of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end, upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom, to order it and to establish it with justice and judgment, from henceforth even forevermore. Do you know the star that the sheriff wears, the Star of David, representing the judgment and the justice that's supposed to be established through our system? But when we have people covering for the corruption in the sheriff's department, and these people still working there and they're destroying families.
Thank you.